Bam, 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 bam. Check, 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 check. Microphone check. Microphone checker. 1, 2, checker. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. It's your boy. Heaven Hollywood. Welcome to the Heaven Hollywood Experience. The experience where we talk stats and facts. That's what we do over here. And we kill narratives. We don't do narratives over here. We destroy them. Check, yo, can y'all hear me? Check, 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 check. Microphone check, microphone check. What's up, Jesse? What's up, what's up, what's up? Jungle Book, your comment has absolutely nothing to do with anything topic that we have today. Not at all. So you already starting off on the wrong foot. Her music is not a topic today, and I didn't put it as a topic. Mic check, mic check. Y'all can hear me? What's up, Diana? What's up, Iron? What's up, Ashanti? So I posted a video, and I wanted to go a little deeper into the content and context of the video. Now, the video that I recently, what's up, Darius? The video that I recently posted was a video when Irv Gotti, just in case anybody did not hear what Irv Gotti said. First of all, for any youngins who just think that Irv Gotti is just some hating old bum, right? You got Irv messed up. What's up, Miss Char? Miss Char, get ready. You're a moderator, so if you see something retarded happening, excuse my offensively. I hope I didn't offend anybody. If you see some craziness happening, you know what to do. So Irv Gotti, he is the creator, CEO of Murder Inc. Records. Yes, Brooklyn. So he's the creator of Murder Inc. Records. He just signed a deal. When you finish adding up the licks and the crannies and the stuff he's getting for his movies, he pretty much getting the deal about $400 million. So he ain't broke. Let's just take that out of the equation, right? He's pretty much the one that gave the world Ja Rule. Without Irv Gotti, there would never been Ja Rule. Ja Rule is a legend in the game. For at one point, Ja Rule was holding down hip hop on his back, and that's a fact. That's a fact. Okay. Ja Rule at one point. So Iron, you was born in 2001, so you're 21 right now. So you may not know too much about Irv Gotti. But know this. He's a legend in the game. He has a lot of respect in the game. And he is responsible for Ja Rule, DMX, and to an extent, Jay-Z. So he has a lot of roots in the game of hip-hop. Please hit the like button. Coming through the door. So he's no bum. And like I said, he just signed a big deal for close to $400 million. So he ain't broke. So he's not some hating, broke bum. He's a guy that knows what he's talking about. And he's a guy, when he speaks, people are going to listen. And that's why this is a topic. Because TMZ rolled up on him, and I guess they asked him about the new Drake album. And this is what he said. You turn it up so y'all can hear. Hold on.
Personally, I love Drake.
Right.
I think Drake is a great person. He's a great human being.
Yeah.
So if you use any clips from me, make sure you use that.
I will make sure that goes in, okay?
But I listened to his album, and Drake can do whatever he wants as an artist, right?
Right.
But do you feel Drake is a hip hop artist?
I feel like he's a transcendent artist. He's kind of like in the middle like of what you kind of created, that R&B, hip hop.
Yeah, but I did hip hop. Drake's new album is not hip hop, and he can do whatever he wants. Let me stress that Drake could do whatever he wants.
Are we gonna hear the demise of the traditional rap R&B that we know?
Because that's the demise of rap. The demise of hip hop. As long as I'm alive, it could never be demise of hip hop. I gotta get back in the game and find me a nigga then. That's what that's what that album made me feel like. It made me feel like going to find me a raw new DMX, new Ja, new Jay, and serving and fucking bringing back great hip hop. That album is not hip hop.
He said I'm gonna wait for everyone to catch up, and I
don't want to catch up, because catching up is, if that's catching up, then what's that mean for hip hop? And he's so strong and so powerful, he can change the dynamic of shit.
Yeah.
And any who sees this, please, hip hop, yo. Hip hop has got me getting picked up in cars like that.
Yeah.
Hip hop has changed my whole family's life.
Yeah.
Hip hop has changed so many lives that was in the hood that gave them an out. And Drake could do that.
Right.
I just wasn't expecting a whole album of that shit.
Right. Like, I can respect that too, because I mean, a lot of people have strong opinions. You saw, like, he even got T-shirts that say, "I like your old music." He's trying to play off of you because he got.
He's too powerful and too strong, and it made me feel like we need another that's as powerful and strong that's gonna stay with this thing called hip hop.
So that was Irv Gotti. Some strong words. That was Irv Gotti, and what I took from that little clip was what he said last. Hold on. Oh, stop it.
Never have I ever been to the Toronto Zoo. It's on my list.
What he said last is what was the most telling to me. Is when he said, it makes me feel like we have to find another dude who's just as strong and as powerful that's going to stay with hip hop. Meaning that's just going to be a hip hop artist. Right? So that was very interesting to me, what he said last. And that brings up the conversation. You see, when I put the video up, people just jumped out the window and said, "Oh, Irv don't know what he's talking about. Drake ain't that powerful." Well, hold on a minute here. You might want to rethink that in the way of what they're saying. No, they're not saying that, oh, Drake can just make every person quit liking hip hop or quit listening to hip hop, and based on this album, they're going to run out and start making house music. That is not what he was saying. So you have to listen to it instead of just running to make a comment. Irv Gotti is not the first person, okay? Irv Gotti's not the first person that has made comments like this about the influence and the power that Drake has. Okay? For instance, Jay-Z was asked a question about Drake 5 years ago, or maybe more. And he said, they said, do you see any of the new guys coming down the pipeline that could give you some sort of competition? And all these guys was out. Cole, Kendrick, Little Uzi Fart, Future, all of these guys were already out. Big Sean. And Jay said, yeah, Drake, he's the only one. Now, this is what Jay-Z said. He said, number one, he's got the numbers to back it up. He has the influence. He's got the whole new generation. Okay? Drake is, well, culture vulture is I totally disagree. That's just people just trying to come up with shock words and use words that people gravitate to. Because if Drake is half black and half white, right, and he's doing rap or he's doing any other type of music, so there's never been a person mixed that's done dancehall. I mean, yeah, that's done dancehall music, or there's never been a person mixed that's done EDM music. I don't think he's a culture vulture at all. But no, I understand. But my thing is this. So Irv Gotti is not the only person who has said Drake has this sort of power. If you don't remember, a couple of years ago when Drake was about to get out of his contract, remember when Drake had ended that contract and everybody was sitting around waiting to sign their new deal, but they were waiting to see what Drake was going to do? It's kind of like LeBron in basketball. When LeBron is a free agent, right? When LeBron is a free agent, people that have to sign their new deal and teams that have to sign their new deal, they wait. Of course, my daughter's LGBTQ, Bartholomew. My oldest daughter is LGBTQ. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but my oldest daughter is. So yes, absolutely. I support my oldest daughter, so I support the LGBTQ. That don't mean I think they're always right. You know, I'm pro right before anything. I'm team truth before anything. What? Okay, LeBron is. I said when LeBron was a free agent. We're not talking about right now, and we're still. And if when LeBron James becomes a free agent, CW, I can tell you don't watch much sports. Okay, I can tell you don't watch much sports because LeBron James sets the market, not KD, not Steph. They're looking at KD now because he just demanded a trade. But when LeBron James is a free agent, just like he was when he came to the Lakers, that market waits until LeBron James lands. Well, you may watch it, but I can tell you don't know it. I can tell you don't know it. Because just judging from that comment, bad example, no one is waiting to see what Bron is doing. First of all, LeBron James is in a contract. Of course, they're not waiting to see what he's doing now. He's in a contract. But when a couple of years ago, when he was going to LA, people waited to see where LeBron went and what LeBron signed for, because he is the biggest face in name in the NBA. Not Steph Curry, not Kevin Durant. LeBron's the billionaire, not Steph Curry. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. One thing you are not going to beat me in is sports talk and music talk. You ain't gonna beat me in that. There is no possible way. You have no idea what you're talking about. If just from that statement. He's not. What are you talking about? And anyway, I'm off you. You have no idea what you're talking about. So back to what I was saying. When Drake was out of his contract, about to when everyone's waiting to see who he was going to sign with, people were waiting. People were waiting and saying, will Drake go independent? Will Drake go independent? If Drake, everyone's saying the same thing. If Drake goes independent, the whole record industry will change. It will affect the entire record industry if Drake decided one day, I'm not signing with a record label. I'm going independent. Because if Drake did that, every person under him would follow suit. If Drake went independent and showed everybody that he went independent and you don't need record labels, the record companies would be in shambles. That's the reason why the record execs pretty much gave him a blank check. Because they did not want Drake going independent. All right? They didn't want Drake being independent. So that's the type of power he has. This is what Gotti was referring to. Drake has a type of power and influence that if he said, this is the new wave. This is what Gotti meant. He meant if Drake said, I'm not doing rap anymore, this is the new rap. And he continued getting accolades as a rapper and not making rap music. Remember when Kanye put out 808 Heartbeats? That kind of started a new wave. And that music is accepted as rap, and it's not rap. What Kid Cudi was doing, what Kanye was doing on 808 Heartbreaks, that's not rap. But Kanye shifted the hip hop, he shifted the hip hop culture with 808 Heartbreaks. Now when you hear that type of music, it's considered rap. Okay. So that's what he means by Drake's power and influence. Exactly, Ashanti. After 808 Heartbreaks, a lot of rappers started saying, oh, okay, this is still considered a hip hop album. So now I'm going to do that. That's why you could come out with a Future. Turn out the lights. Turn out the lights. She's my track queen and I know. I'm in the rap with my baby. Is that rap? That's not rap. That's not rap. So once they came out with that music and it shifted the culture and people said, okay, this is rap. This is accepted as rap. So I'm going to do that. Then you seen the Futures and the Fetty Waps and the what's the group's name? The Ray Shermans. Right. It was a jock of T-Pain after Jay pretty much told T-Pain auto tunes is played out. All right. Future absolute no, Future didn't. Kanye did. Kanye shifted that wave. And then that allowed people like Travis Scott to be known as a rapper. Kid Cudi. Right? So that remember they was calling T-Pain a rapper at one point. They were calling T-Pain a rapper. I'm gonna buy you a drink. Ooh. So they're gonna home with me. Get your money in the bank. They were calling him a rapper. I'm not saying that he can't rap, but what his music, what he was doing was not really rap. Right? So my thing is with Drizzy Drake, if he came out and said, this music that I'm doing now, I'm not doing rap anymore. I'm not doing the traditional rap anymore. You feel me? This is the new rap that I'm doing. This is new rap. And if they saw people, if they see Drake succeeding at it, he has the type of influence that people will say, we're not going to miss the boat this time. He came in on some different shit, some singing and rapping. We didn't really get it when he first came in the door. But if we would have started that when he did, we might be worth just as much as he is. We're not going to miss this wave. We're going to start doing exactly what he's doing. Right? So that's what Gotti means. Look at Drake and his, yeah, replace, filling in his bars with, yeah. Go back to any other rapper before Drake and see if you heard, yeah, on their record. Nobody. Nobody. I challenge you to go back to any record before Drake came on the scene. No rappers was saying that. No rappers. That's why he made the bar on 5 a.m. Toronto. Give these niggas the verse, the look, even the hook. That's why every song sounds like Drake featuring Drake. Even Ariana Grande does it now. All right? Even singers do it now. Summer Walker, Janae Aiko, all of those singers slash rappers. I don't know what they do. One question. What's the question? So they all do that now because of Drake. Exactly. If y'all can't, you know, have a conversation, then just chill. That is hip hop dead or not? I mean, to me, hip hop's been dead. Rap isn't dead. But remember, hip hop is not a type of music. Hip hop is not a genre. Hip hop is a lifestyle. There's other things that go along with the hip hop lifestyle. So to me, people don't really DJ anymore. DJing's a part of hip hop. So if you don't really see people doing graffiti, break dancing, or DJing, then hip hop is dead. You don't see it anymore. You don't see these rappers of today coming on stage with a DJ. All right. So I believe if Drake continues to make this type of music, yes, I do believe that a big part of the culture would start following Drake and saying he's successful. I'm going to do that. Now, if he comes back and does rap again and says, you know what? I tried that. It didn't really work. What's up, Pamela? Then that's something different. Let's move on to the girl Latto. Latto. Let's move on to Latto. Big D energy. So right now, I believe let's see where Latto is. Top streaming female rappers. So she passed Sweetie, right? She passed Sweetie. All right, let's see. So they have Doja Cat down as a rapper. So they have Doja Cat at 1. I believe Nicki Minaj is 2. I believe Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B is right there for 3 and 4. I think Megan, that the last time I looked, she was edging Cardi out. So let me see if they have the list here. So one of them 3 and one of them 4, and then I believe Latto was now 5. So if you include Doja Cat as number 1, Latto is currently 5th. She passed Sweetie. Now again, Doja Cat has the cheat code because she's streaming songs that aren't really rap songs, but she's getting credited for rap streams. And she's almost double of who's second, right? So right now, Latto is 5th, right? All right, that's good enough. Both of you two, just chill. I don't need to see no more of you guys atting each other. You should be concentrating on me anyway, or the subjects that we're talking about. So when I made the video and I said, oh, they better watch out for Latto, I never said Latto's next up. I didn't say that. The question was, is Latto next up? And there are few things she's not next up right now. I never said that. Okay? I never said that. I said if the two top girls at the top keep beefing and worrying about each other, people are going to eventually get tired of that. I think they're tired of it now. They're just scared to say something. After a while, all that beefing and bickering and complaining and shadiness, people are going to get tired of it. The general, but maybe their fans won't, but the general public does. The general public is going to eventually say, I am tired of these two ratchet ass chicks. Let me find me somebody who's not beefing with anyone. Right? And Latto has the radio hit. Because regardless of what you say about Latto, she has the biggest rap song at the end of 21 and so far in 22. Because her song is still in the top 10. And I don't care how it got there. I don't care how it's staying there. That makes no sense. For the people saying, oh, because she got radio play, that's a part of it. That's like saying, oh, the only reason Steph Curry is good, only reason he averages 30 is because he shoots threes. That's a part of it. So you can't say, oh, but the only reason why it's top 10 is because she's got radio play. That's a part of it. And the whole payola thing, y'all can keep saying payola, but then if it's that easy, everyone would do it. And I don't want to hear nothing about, oh no, that people took. Then why isn't everyone doing what Latto's doing? So they're only using payola for Latto and Cardi B. Nobody else uses payola. If it's that easy just to use payola and get radio play, how come everyone doesn't do it? Don't all record companies want to make money? All record companies want to make money off their artists, right? So if it was that easy, why isn't everyone doing it? Right. Now all of a sudden, people, Latto, you see what I'm saying? You see how people want excuses of why? But when it's their fave doing it, it's organic. It's only organic when it's the person that you're rooting for doing it. So now I done heard Drake uses payola. Now I hear Latto. You know we heard Cardi. I heard Megan. I've heard everybody. Oh, that's payola. That's payola. Why can't it just be the general public is just fucking with that song? Because if it was payola, why doesn't it work for all their records? If it was payola, all of the records would be in the top. They're just going to pick and choose what songs they use payola for? Not making sense. Get off of YouTube. Stop listening to these people messing your head up and telling you anything for you to click on their video and start using your own brain. Use common sense. When baseball players realize they can use steroids and cheat, they didn't use steroids 2 days out the week. They use steroids every day. So if they know they can cheat and use payola, why would they only use it on certain records? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. No, no, no. Only have so many shells, so money only take you so far. Exactly. Bottom line is this. If it's that easy to use payola, everyone would do it. Just like in baseball, when it was easy to use steroids, everybody started doing it. And they didn't say, I'm going to use steroids on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday so it don't look so suspicious. No, they use steroids every day. It is just that the general public fucks with that song. Period. Give the girl some credit. Right. See, that song started out bubbling under. So how are you going to say payola when it started out on the bubbling under? And if they're going to use payola, they're going to say, we're going to use payola to get it to number 3. Why wouldn't they get it to number 1? Why would they use payola and stop at number 3? Again, not using your own head. Stop listening to YouTubers. I don't know how many times I have to tell that. Stop listening to YouTubers who do not know the facts. They're telling you what you want to hear. They're telling you what you want to hear. They're putting in your head that everyone except your favorite uses payola. And that's what you want to hear, and that's what you want to believe. So you start spurring it out with absolutely no proof whatsoever. Where's your proof that Latto uses payola? Or that first of all, she don't have the power to use payola herself. So where's your proof that Latto's record label uses payola? Can everyone get a Super Bowl slot? Yeah, if they pay for it. and if the Super Bowl wants them on. If first of all, the Super Bowl has to think you have to be hot in order for the Super Bowl to give you a Super Bowl slot. On second of all, you gotta pay for that slot. You gotta pay for that slot. So I guess if you're gonna call that pay, if you're gonna play paying for ads or sponsor is payola, then I guess all those people with Super Bowl commercials use payola. Because the Super Bowl has to mess with you, first of all. They have to feel as though you're going to do them some good. Or else they're not going to give you a slot. They're not even going to take your money and let you pay for one. Your product, they have to feel as though they can profit off of you. And that's why they're giving you this slot. That's the thing. These YouTubers, they are concerned about their pockets and whatever is going to keep their money rolling in for the 22nd of every month. That's when YouTube puts money into your account. So if they see, if you notice, if I was concerned about my money, I wouldn't be doing T Latino. Nobody watches those videos. But I do them because I'm trying to be diverse with my content. So maybe the 1 or 2 Spanish people that I do have watched my channel, they'll say, oh, something for us. Something I'm interested in. And then maybe they'll tell a person who's interested in Latin tea. That's why I do it. I'm getting ready to start. I do my sports videos. Not a lot of people watch that, but maybe one or two people that watch me that like sports would be, oh man, good. I saw someone comment and said, oh wow, you do sports too? That's good. I'm definitely going to tune in. That's all I care about. I don't care about making the same video 3 and 4 and 5 times a day because I know 30,000 people are going to. I'm going to get 30,000 views. And I'm not into telling people BS. The only thing I have is my credibility. So it means more to me that people come on my podcast and my channel and learn something instead of going around. See now, you listen to people saying payola, right? You're running around saying payola. If you run and say that and there's somebody in the chat from the music business or something like that, you're going to look like an idiot. So you shouldn't really be spearing out information just because you heard another YouTuber say it. You need to be able to research that and find out if that's a fact. You see ESPN, they're going through that problem right now. They put out a story that they saw on social media, right? They went on Twitter and found a story that some blogger put out there, and it wasn't even true. Now they're in a lot of trouble. So be careful of what you repeat. Be careful of what you hear these people repeat because they're only doing it for clicks. They have an agenda. That's for people going around saying Dua Lipa's a man. They put that in their headlines because they want people to click on it. But they're going to get enough of saying Dua Lipa's a man and ain't got no proof that she's a man. They better keep it up. Right, but 6ix9ine, when he's talking about payola with Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber, he had some sort of proof in his hand, though. He wasn't just putting it out there. Remember, when 6ix9ine had that beef with Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber, he had legitimate proof in his hand. So I can see if people say Ariana Grande and their record labels or Billboard was using payola to get him off the charts. But you can't say that for every single person. In that incident, he may have had a point because he had some legitimate proof in his hands or something to reference. He didn't just run on the air and start saying Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande used payola. He showed everyone why he was saying that. So that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. So he had the proof. As far as record labels, well, first of all, people don't pay for them. No. People don't walk up and say, oh, Beyonce doesn't go and say, now, Beyonce has, an artist like Beyonce has said, I'm not showing up if I don't win the Grammy. So if I'm not going to win this category, don't put me on as a performer. If I'm going to perform and I'm nominated that night, but I'm not going to win, then let me know because I'm not coming. And I'm sure Kanye West said this. I'm sure MTV probably said, you know what? We're going to give this to Beyonce because it's more profitable for her to show up and perform than not. So we just gonna let her win this. I absolutely 100% believe that happens. 100% believe that happens. As far as record labels calling up the Grammy board and saying, we'll give you a certain amount of money or we'll donate a certain amount of money if my artist wins, it's possible, but there's never been proven. So that's what I say. It's possible, but without any proof, I'm not saying that. Because it's just my luck. Somebody from the Grammy board will be all be listening and be like, you're slandering the Grammy board. Can you show us proof that so-and-so paid for a Grammy? Oh, no, Tasha K said it. No. I heard that from a YouTuber. Go bother them. No. You was the one who repeated it in the room when the person from the Grammy boy heard it. So, yes, I believe that. But I cannot prove that whoever uses payola, the ones that got busted for payola, the only ones that I'm going to say uses payola has been proven and got busted. Universal Records. You can look that up. You can look it up. It was in court. They're the only record company who has been busted recently for payola. All the other ones are speculation. Oh, they use payola because so-and-so has this amount of diamond record. But you can't prove it. Like I said, I go on stats and facts. Universal got busted and had to pay a fine. You can look that up and Google the story for yourself. Every other thing is speculation. Oh, Atlantic uses it. Oh, RCA. Oh, so-and-so uses it. That's all speculation. The only thing that is factual is that Universal in the past, a few years ago, got busted. It may have been 10 years ago. It may have been 15. However many years ago it was. They got busted and had to go to court. That's a fact. Right? That's just a fact. I'm only going to discuss facts in here. I'm not going to do speculation. I'm not going to do narratives. I don't do that when it comes to stuff like that, because I'm not going to about to take credit from I'm not going to take credit from an artist and say what they're doing isn't genuine just to make an artist that I root for look good. That'd be like me saying Michael Jackson wasn't genuine just to make Prince look better because I root for Prince. So say, oh, Michael Jackson had Elvis. Who had more people on their dick than Michael Jackson? So if anybody had the power to use payola back in the days, it would have been Michael Jackson. People did stuff for him for free. If anybody had the power to make referees throw basketball games, it would have been Michael Jordan. But I would never say Jordan only won 6 titles because he paid off the refs. That's what people do nowadays. Sometimes the general public just fucks with certain people and certain songs. Now that don't mean they're gonna fuck with the next song they put out. You see what I'm saying? Then when that same artist that you said uses payola, when their next song flops, then y'all just say, "Ha ha ha, they flopped." Ha ha ha. But how can that be possible? if they use payola. Every song would be successful. Every song would go top to number one or to top 5. They're not gonna pay. They're not gonna pay for certain songs, and then the other songs to come out, they have to have the same amount. Cardi B, perfect example. She spent the most money on press, promo, video, and song, putting it out. That song didn't even go top 10. If they were ever gonna use payola, it would have been for press because they lost money on press. So that's why I'm saying all this payola don't make sense, because the song that you spent the most money on, if any song was going to use payola, it's going to be that song. You're going to try to get your money back. So all that payola talk doesn't make sense. Why would a record label just use payola on certain songs and on certain people when they have to pay all their artists? All right. So since she said it, all right, we'll have to see. Like I said, I don't know how many records she put out since then. I think every record she put out since then was a feature, except this one. We'll have to see whether this one. I think this is her first record. This is her first record. That's not a feature. We'll have to see whether this song goes top 3, that top 10. See, that's the thing. All y'all think this thing ends with the first week. It don't end with the first week. They're saying flop. You can't say a song flop after 1 week. If it only gets to a certain slot and then falls off the charts, then you can say flop. Because if that's the case, we would have called Latto's song "Big D Energy" a flop because it debuted on the hot bubbling under. It took it weeks to get to the top 10. Is that song a flop now? Absolutely not. It's the biggest rap song, in my opinion. If you're gonna look at a rap song, what rap song has spent more time in the top 10, top 15 than that record? That record's not a flop. But if you would have made that judgment after the first week, you would say it's a flop. But if Latto, after this new record, and we'll get back to whether Latto can take over, if Latto can find some way, she's got to clean up her ratchetness. Like, she's got a little bit too much ratchetness in her. But if Latto she's already got the look. That's the look white people love. She's mulatto. That's the look white people love. She got the look. Light skin, they don't have to root for a N-word, so to speak. But if they're gonna root for an N-word, let it be a light skin one. That's how they think. She's young. She's got the look. She got a song already with Mariah Carey. Top 2, top 3 hit. If she can find a way to clean up these records and start getting constant radio hits, meanwhile, the other girls are just beefing or being inconsistent. All right. Next thing you know, she'll be in a how Megan Thee Stallion was, where Megan Thee Stallion was pretty much running female rap for a year and a half. And that's just factual. She was the face of female rap for a year and a half. So if you sit and wait around and Latto find a way to get herself a couple of more hits, and she's just sitting back there and she's just drinking her water and minding her business, okay? I did not say she's there right now. It's not what I said. She's not there yet. But if they keep it up and not pay attention, and then people also commented about my Cardi B comment as far as music videos, and they said Missy Elliott. First of all, nobody could tell me nothing about Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott to me is my favorite female rapper. Like, to me, it's Missy Elliott. Only female rapper with 6 platinum albums. So to me, it's Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott is that girl to me. I'm talking about currently. Currently. I'm not talking about of all time. Missy isn't active. And when Missy was active, they were spending $2 million, $3 million on music videos. They're not doing that anymore. Cardi B, right now, currently, is head and shoulders above all of the other female rappers visually. The only one close enough to her is Doja Cat. And I don't put Doja Cat in there because me personally, I don't consider her a rapper. However, since other people consider her a rapper, Doja Cat to me is the only one closer. And the reason why Doja Cat is able to do that is because she's not on a regular rap girl budget. So that's why I said she has the cheat code. Her budget is bigger than all the other female rappers. Because she's not just making rap music. But as far as music videos, as far as lighting and concerts, the visuals in the concerts, because I've seen all the girls perform, with the exception of Megan. I've never been to a Megan performance. The music videos speak for itself. After WAP, Megan went and copied Cardi's team. She went and hired Cardi's director. Cardi had to get another director. That's why Body and the song with Young Thug, that's why those videos reminded you of Up and WAP. Because they had the same director. So the visuals of what she's doing right now, nobody's topping it. Nobody's topping it. Because no one is spending money on videos like that anymore. Like I said, WAP cost $1 million. The closest video to that was Drake's God's Plan. And the only reason why God's Plan cost so much is because he had to license all the different places he was filming at. That's the only reason why God's Plan cost almost $1 million. Cost $996,000. And Drake gave away that money. He gave away that money and got all of the stuff himself. That's why if you see in the beginning, it says, don't tell a label. So when you compare her videos to everyone else's videos, all the other female rappers' videos, it's no comparison. Even dating back to Pressed, there's no comparison. The visual creativity, the lights, the soundboard, everything, it's no comparison. And if you think it is, you're not watching. You're not watching. You're not watching. So right now, as far as music videos. And like I said, Megan has picked it up, but she's only picked it up because of the Cardi influence. Cardi's saying is getting Atlantic to spend money on music videos again. For a long time, people were just getting a man to film it. Yo, hold this camera. Wasn't even using directors, and they just filming themselves outside doing any old video. That's not what Cardi B's doing anymore. She's putting money, millions into the video. She's giving them the concept. She's in on the creativity. She tries to keep down green screen and use more of lighting and sets. That's one thing that a lot of people don't talk about because they don't know. They're not behind the scenes. Mostly everyone in videos are using green screen. But when Cardi B came and did WAP with Colin, she told him, I don't want to use green screen. I want to use sets. And I want to keep the green screen down. I think there's only one portion of that thing when they use green screen, and that was probably the Tiger with Kylie. That was like CGI. I wasn't even green screen. I was CGI when she went to the room with the tiger. That wasn't a real tiger. So y'all could let me know as far as, like I said, now I've explained now what I meant about Drake. So if Drake goes back to rap, and of course not. But if Drake decides that, you know what, this is the new wave, trust and believe there's going to be some rappers following it, especially if he's successful at it. We're not talking about whether it's a flop. Again, you're off subject. You're off topic. We're not talking about whether it was a flop or not. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not in my topic. Second one, Latto put out a new record. It looks like an answer to the abortion decision, which is a good idea. If she can get some sort of anthem response, kind of like a fight the power type record, she's going to have to, she's going to have to dumb down the ratchets and take the ratchets away a little bit. Right? She got to take the ratchetness away a little bit. But if she can, and if she can get herself another top 5 hit, Adrian, I have a question. Why hasn't Doja Cat gone number 1? I have no idea. She hasn't done enough yet. But Doja Cat's still doing well. But she has that one number 1 record, and let's just keep it a buck. That record was trending down until she did the remix. So when I hear all this Doja Cat talk, I'm like, well, where's the stats to back it up? I don't care about these little Spotify stats. Oh, she's the only female rapper, the first female rapper to go to have 1 million streams on a Thursday when it was raining. Like, I can't care less about those stats. Give me your Billboard numbers. How many number 1s do you have? How many number 1 albums do you have? How many number 1 records do you have? I don't care about all that other garbage. Oh, she's the first female on her period to stream 3 billion. Like, who cares? Who cares? She has one number 1. One. And it's not even a solo. Her album, as much as we talked about it, it did 108 first week. I didn't hear anybody say it was a flop. 108 first week. 108. I didn't hear nobody say it was a flop. And the album never went to number one. So where is all this Doja Cat's the new queen of stats? New queen of stats? How? Queen of stats? How? How is she the new queen of stats? When she has one number one record, and she only got that number one because Nicki jumped on the remix. That's just a fact. That's a fact. Where's all the other number ones? Why is her album never went to number one? So, again, yes, she's talented. Right? Yes, she's talented. But queen of the stats? Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. I don't care about Spotify numbers. I don't care about them repeating the same thing over and over again. Oh, her album has now spent more days in the top 10 on Spotify than any album ever. Man, I don't care nothing about that. Did your album go number one? No. Okay, let's move on. Because I sat and compared when people would start saying, she's taking over Cardi. She surpassed her already. All right. So I went and I broke down. See, I didn't just talk. I broke down the numbers. I did. Number of top 5 hits. Number of number ones. Number of top 10 hits. Number of top 20 hits. And then I did number of number one rap singles. The number of number 5 rap singles. The amount of top 10 rap singles. The amount of top 20 rap singles. And Cardi B beat her in every single category except the amount of Spotify listeners a month. So again, pump your brakes. Really do the research and really do the content. Instead of saying, oh, every day you go on Twitter, chart data says that Doja Cat broke another record. Stop. Stop it. And Doja Cat has more albums. So she has more records than Cardi B has. And Cardi B's still killing her in stats. She's killing her. So again, pump the brakes. And that's just factual. You can look it up for yourself. I made a video on it, and I said, I told everybody where to go and find the same thing that I found. That's it. Just factual. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the facts. Adele 21 in streams. Because Adele's not really a streaming artist. Yeah, but she did it pass Adele's 21 in sales? Adele's 21's a diamond album. So Adele's 21 wasn't really streaming then. Streaming wasn't really a big thing then. So I could believe, yeah, it probably passed in the streams because that's all people do now. But Adele's 21 is a diamond album. Doja Cat ain't even double platinum yet. Again, so Kentrell Wallace. So I was just make those. So those numbers are all made up. It doesn't matter how long she's been mainstream. Doja Cat came out the same time as Cardi B came out. If she just now blew up, that's her problem. That's her problem. But she has been out and she has more albums out. Is that not a true statement? Does she not have more albums out than Cardi B? Oh, it's not a true statement? Okay. So she doesn't have more albums out than Cardi B. That's a lie? She doesn't have more albums than Cardi B? She doesn't have more records than Cardi B? Albums. I'm not talking about mixtapes. I'm not talking about mixtapes. Albums. 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 We're not talking about mixtapes. Mixtapes does not make an album. We're talking about albums. Signed to a record deal, albums. She has more albums. Period. If you don't know that, then there's something wrong with you. No, listen, there's no need to talk about it because you're not making sense. There's no need to talk about it because you're not making sense. If you sit and say, no, that's not true, she doesn't have more albums out. Mixtapes are not albums. Exactly. Exactly. He's sitting here trying to argue with facts. No, that's not true. I did not say one mainstream album. She has albums. Albums are albums. It's on you to make your album go mainstream. Albums are albums. It's not Cardi B's fault that nobody got her music until 2019. That's her problem. That's nobody else's problem. She put the music out. It didn't stick. It didn't stick. She put her album out. It didn't stick. That's not nobody's fault but hers. But you can't say, oh, she's only got one mainstream album out. You just want to only count the albums you want to count? If you want to count Planet Her, and you can't even do Planet Her in Invasion of Privacy. So you can say Cardi B's only got one mainstream albums out. And Invasion of Privacy has trumped Planet Her too. So you can't even use that album. If the music was sticking, people would have been streaming it. Right? If the music was sticking, people would have been streaming it. Thank you. Thank you. The bottom line is she has out 3 albums. Whether they're mainstream or not, that's her problem. Maybe if you were making good music, it would have been mainstream. Sorry. If you were making good music, it would have stuck. Here again. Let me get this idiot out of here. I hate idiots. Get this idiot out of here. All right. Oh, shit. Let me go pick my baby mama up. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody, thank my moderators. I'm about to be up out of here. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.